Not to brag, but totally to brag. Have you seen my award-winning short film, Angel? It's a story about a girl who's depressed, and if I tell you more, then I feel like I'm going to spoil it. So if you haven't seen it, don't watch this video and watch the short film first. But today I'm going to be talking about how Angel was made. So first I want to talk about how the idea was conceived. So I'm a part of the Macaulay Honors College. I think the best way to explain it is it's this honors program in CUNY schools. It has its own building in Manhattan. And one night, I went to the official Macaulay building because there was a media event and I am a media major. I saw a poster in the Macaulay building for the CUNY Film Festival. And the deadline to submit something was like 2 weeks. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But I was very shocked to find that poster because I found out about the CUNY Film Festival through YouTube when I was about 11 years old. There were two things I didn't realize. That the CUNY Film Festival is always at Macaulay. So it was pretty cool to find out that I was kind of in the program that runs it. I can't remember what the second thing was. The point was I thought to myself, I'll figure out something next year because 2 weeks is like way too short an amount of time to figure something out. So I'm taking the subway home and then all of a sudden I get this crazy image of a girl jumping in front of a car trying to kill herself. A lot of people would be concerned if they got that image in their head. But for some reason, I got that image, and it made me think this is what I'm going to make. I'm going to make a short film, and it's going to come out of this image that just popped into my head. That leads us into pre-production. I wrote the script for Angel during my spring break in 2017. That was my freshman year. I was spending the weekend at my best friend's house, but he had to work, and I decided to write the script while he was at work. And a lot of crazy stuff happened that day. The camera I'm using right now broke. Don't really know what happened. Major malfunction. My best friend's landlord decided to give away the house without telling the family. And a drunk driver hit the house later that night. So that was quite the day. When I finished writing the script, I shared it with a couple of people, specifically a family friend of mine who has had a background in counseling. And I wanted him to review it and see if I could accurately portray a depressed person, a suicidal person on screen. And he gave me some tips. I feel like I did not follow through on some of those tips, but I did follow through on some of the others. So, I mean, hey, it worked out. I originally had Lauren in mind to play this suicidal girl. Lauren was a classmate of mine. We basically bonded over the fact that we were both YouTubers, and our friendship basically sprouted out of the fact that we were both content creators, and I knew she wanted to be an actress. I think it was just the fact that she wanted to pursue acting professionally and the fact that we had already known each other a little bit. I had very few ideas for other actresses. I really didn't have a backup. I was really just hoping Lauren would do it. I don't know what it was. I felt like she'd be perfect for the role. I feel like that she was, and it's like, thank God that she agreed to be a part of this. I had some sort of intuition. Maybe that was God. I think that God definitely had a blessing over this entire production. I wanted Noah to be the angel. I really wanted Kevin to be in it. Noah, I really wanted him because he is also a filmmaker and he's professionally pursuing the art. Kevin is just a cool guy. Production. We started shooting in June and we finished around September or October. That probably sounds more lengthy than it actually is. I want to say we spent somewhere around 4 to 6 days actually shooting this. It's just the fact that, you know, we're not professionals. We don't have a studio. This is a bunch of college kids getting together and making something for a film festival. Casting extras, that wasn't too hard because people at my school have seen my videos and they're sort of like, oh my gosh, I want to be in stuff. I want to be in these videos. So getting extras was not that hard. Everyone was just real fun to work with. I know Shira was constantly laughing, even though her job was to just sit there and pretend she was taking notes. But regardless, I had fun with just about everyone working on this project. It was a fun project and these were good people to work with. Probably the biggest problem that led into post. There was a scene I was in. I didn't want to be in any of the scenes. It was really just for convenience sake. Like, no one else was really around so I just be like, oh, well, it's just an extra role. I'll be the extra. There is a scene where Lauren, she's contemplating suicide, and I'm there, and I'm like, Lauren, what's going on? So yeah, the first time we shot that, we were both in frame. I feel like I have to clarify that because in the final product, we are not both in frame. The problem was, for the days to go by, we just wore different shirts, and I didn't want to change my shirt. I just put another shirt on over the one I was wearing, and I had a pair of sunglasses, and I kind of just had them like this, so you could totally see I was wearing two shirts. I didn't want to have to go through the hassle of syncing up my schedule with Lauren. The second time, I was wearing the wrong shirt. The third time I shot it, I lost the audio, and then because Lauren was not in frame, it looked really weird. I thought it wouldn't, but it did, so that was a major issue. I took audio from the first and second takes, and I tried to sync them up the best I could with the third take, because the third take was the best one visually. But the problem is we needed Lauren in the frame. This was before I learned masking, and honestly, I feel like this was easier than masking. I took a screenshot of Lauren from the first take. Two screenshots, actually. One of her standing there, and one in the middle of walking off screen. So I color corrected the screenshots, I gave them a little motion, and I blurred them out a little to keep them out of focus so people wouldn't really notice it so much. I managed to do that. I did not think it would work, but most people didn't notice, so I guess it worked. People have said the music in Angel worked really well. During the montage portion, which takes up like the first minute or two, the music I used from that was called Words. That came from the YouTube audio library, and my boss at the time, Lewis, had access to, I forget what the website was, but it was a free music website. You had to pay for the service, and he allowed me to use it to put music in Angel. That was really great of Lewis. I appreciate him for providing that for me. I had to learn how to censor license plates. I just learned keyframing, so that was a big deal in censoring license plates, especially the moving car, which had my father in it. I didn't want to give away his license plate number. I managed to pull off something really subtle, which is not something I ever really do. All the colors get drained a bit as the days go by and as Lauren becomes more depressed. When the angel saves Lauren, all the color comes flushing back in. Also, another thing I did during the montage, the music becomes slower and slower as the days go by, to just represent how things are slowing down and how things are getting more dreary and repetitive. So after making all of this, the deadline for submitting something to the CUNY Film Festival was in February of 2018. I submitted it late January and refused to share it with most people until it was shown at the festival. If I got in, the deadline kept getting extended. I think it got extended into mid-March. I found out that Angel got into the film festival like a week before the festival. Well, I never expected to get nominated for an award, but I was nominated, I think, the Monday or Tuesday before the festival, and I definitely never expected to win anything. I said it before, I think God definitely watched over this production and helped make sure it got where it got. I think that God helped put things into place and enabled the right people and the right places and the right times that helped make Angel, Angel. And I'm very proud of it. And I'm very happy that it turned out the way it did. I think it's probably one of the best, if not the best thing I've ever made. Once again, a thank you to everyone who was involved. So yeah, that's the story of how this came to be. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more stuff. See you guys next time.